Hey there, Internet. Welcome to the Hard On Gear channel, where I discuss and review my used and abused knives and gear. Bam! I do not do enough axes and sweet things like this on this channel. I'm a big fan of all kinds of fun little things like this for the woods. Like I've got my own little small little Hogue. Where is that? Hogue EXT 101 or EXT, something crazy like that. I'm going to put the thumbnail up there and you can watch the video and find out exactly what it is. But it's this thing, a little bit lighter, well, quite a bit lighter, at least half the weight of the SOG FastHawk. But this is the one that I purchased. Got this at half price actually on Amazon. So big win, as this is about a $400 freaking hand axe. Tomahawk, camp axe, whatever you're going to call it, for whatever purpose you're looking to use it for. But this actually slices wood quite well, and I'm sure it would definitely give a coyote a rough time if I came across one that was giving me a tough time in the woods. So I'll keep that aside for now. At this current point in time, we're talking about the SOG FastHawk. This has got to be one of the, if not the absolute best budget Tomahawk you can probably get, right? I've seen a lot of crap out there for $60. Pretty freaking cool for the price, for what it is. Maybe it is a cheap commie factory worker kind of a thing if they are getting it out for 60 bucks, 40 American. I don't know. Should find that stuff out before I gloat too much about this thing. Nonetheless, unfortunately, the objective truth, if that is true, is still that this might be the best budget Tomahawk on the market. So this is one of my roommates at this current moment. He's actually one of the guys I mentioned who was into historical European martial arts before coming here. So he is, in his own words, an axe man. So this is something he's used for camping, and I just put a new edge on this last week, I guess, and it was pretty banged up. I'm terrible, like I did with the Tor Anaconda. I totally forgot to take a before picture when I broke the tip off of this and just got right to putting the new edge on. Same with this thing. I forget that I have a YouTube channel sometimes. I forgot to take a picture before, but it was extremely chipped up. This guy's used this thing for years, and it looks like it's definitely like glanced and hit the odd rock and stuff like that. I don't know if he's thrown this. I would be throwing this thing all the time. It would definitely get lots of dings in it. So this is what the edge looks like now. Again, just imagine, I don't know, half a dozen to maybe 8 or 9 giant chips in that. It took a couple hours of just like slowly grinding away the steel to get to the point where there was, I think, just that one maybe little chip down here in that area there. Other than that, she's pretty clear. I just didn't want to take much more steel away, and I was already going for quite a while, so figure he'll put another chip in it eventually. Maybe not go too crazy, because it is hair popping sharp at the moment. But let's be real, when it comes to stuff like this, you really don't need it to be shaving hairs when you're going to be off, camping and smashing this thing against trees and making, hot dog sticks or whatever you're doing. Feather sticking, splitting, kindling, actually, and this is what he used the tip back here for. I've got the top half mostly done. As you can see, the bottom here is a good representation of how banged up this thing was. The little bit of a straight edge here, not much of one left, then a little bit of an angle on that side, a little bit of an angle on that side. I'm just trying to match it on this side, and it kind of gives it a nice, stout, sturdy splitting tip for whatever type of hard material you're looking to split. Feel the weight of that thing. Super heavy, super hefty. While the handle is extremely sturdy and does have weight to it, it's pretty much all in that head. Yeah, I'm kind of doing this carefully because I don't want to hurt myself, but that is, yeah, a freaking extremely head-heavy axe, which is the way you want it. The Hogue here is a little bit lighter at the head, as it is skeletonized. Makes it extremely fast to swing, a little bit less momentum as it makes it to its target, so that's going to make a little bit of a difference in how these things impact. The only thing I guess this definitely has on the SOG FastHawk is the cheap-ass lame sheath that it comes with, but you're talking about a $60 Tomahawk here. That's Canadian dollars. It's even cheaper, probably somewhere around 40 American. But this sheath, magnetized, and then now this one here, I believe this is why I got it half off. There is a bit of an issue sometimes. If I put this tight the way I like it, it is a little bit of a, now it's so much easier to do this on my hip, but there's a little bead in there, and you just have to kind of press it the right way, and it slides right back into place. I've got it down at this point. It's not a big issue, but it is a bit of a weird kind of a thing to pay attention to with this. And if I was going through the bush with this and I, nick that the wrong way, it's actually staying in pretty good because I do have this pretty tight. But if I did happen to hit that enough that it unlocks, that's an issue. This, still not great because it's got these stupid snaps. If these happen to come undone and you get snagged on something, wow. Well, I guess I was telling him about the aftermarket sheaths you can get for this. That's a pretty good reason to get one, because one of the rivets just popped out of here, like super easy. So anyways, sorry about that, my friend, although I'm pretty sure he's not too worried about it because it's a piece of garbage sheath. And it looks like it didn't actually do anything to the structural integrity. It's just one of those little extra bonus redundancy rivets. Not the most tactical design in the world. If you ever had to get this out in a hurry, not like that's realistically what's going to be what you're going to need this for most of the time, but just saying, could be better. If you really did, this was on your hip, you could pull this and then slip your hand down and pull it out. Probably wouldn't be much of an issue. Still not my favorite, still could be better, but again, you can get aftermarket stuff with this, I'm sure. And yeah, if nothing else, go to somewhere where they make custom Kydex sheets and see if you can get something figured out. But very nice ergonomics as far as the general, like for the price of the $60, it's a pretty simple handle, feels very nice in the hand. The gripping and a little bit of a knurling, whatever you got going on here, does its purpose. I don't know what this is going to be like with gloves on. I will get one of these this summer because this is a pretty cheap, affordable, quality hand axe, Tomahawk, whatever, that throws really well. So sounds like something to do in the downtime on the fire camps this summer. Now, what I'm wondering about this, because I haven't actually looked at these too much myself, it looks like this is some kind of a rat tail tang or whatnot, because there's no tang coming out the bottom. You see this little lanyard hole? That's showing you here that there's no tang all the way to the very end. So it's got to taper off, something like a USMC from K-Bar. And like that, again, that rat tail tang, they call it. Might thin out here and then start to get thinner and thinner and go like that. But yeah, you can see right here, that's where the handle is attached to the main head, and the head comes through. Yeah, definitely thins out. And then this little metal band here seems to be like the last big, I guess this metal band here at the end is kind of where things start to get more plastic than steel, as far as I can tell. But yeah, let me know what you know about this thing and what your thoughts of the SOG FastHawk are. There's definitely different options if you're looking for a hand axe or camp axe. I've got here something I have not talked about yet on this channel, I don't think. I've probably only hauled it out on the very first introductory video, and as you can see, it hasn't got a ton of use lately. It's building up some rust. But this is the Fiskars X7 hatchet. Super popular, super common. Everyone's pretty aware of Fiskars, I'm sure. Their large axes are great. They've got all kinds of super awesome bladed tools and other things, mauls, and yeah, most yard tools. They've got a Fiskars section in pretty much any hardware store or yeah, Canadian Tire. But definitely heavier and definitely much more of a traditional hatchet feel to it. Very quality steel. I'd have to check to make sure exactly what this is. It's a Finnish brand, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure I'm remembering that right. But Fiskars, super cool. But this is a totally different world of gear. Same type of thing, not at all feeling like they're going to swing the same. Now, this has got way more weight towards the head. Where I said that this thing was balanced and it still does have like a decent amount of distribution throughout the handle, it is head heavy. This thing's all head. So this is a composite shaft of some sort. I don't know what the hell they're using for this, some kind of molded polymer, crazy stuff. Again, comment down below if you know more about this stuff than me right now. I'll dig in and do some research before I do a full review, but super head heavy. And this is a splitting machine for kindling and stuff like that. Great little camp axe, great for cleaving branches if you're doing a little bit of trail clearing and stuff like that. But yeah, so I don't know how this would compare to it. I look forward to picking one up myself and trying it out. Yeah, any thoughts on which of these two, or how about which of these three you prefer if you had your choice? Now, obviously, there's a price differential here. These two are about the same, I believe. You might be getting about $30 or $40. Canadian even. I can't remember how much I paid for that, but somewhere's in the ballpark of like $30 to $70, almost anywhere in the world. You should be able to grab one of these. This is about 60 Canadian, 40-ish American, and yeah, more like 300 American, I believe, and closer to 4 Canadian. But nonetheless, if you had to, without knowing that, and pretend I didn't just tell you that, pick between these three, for, let's say, you know, like camp tasks and that kind of stuff, what would you pick? I think it's pretty obvious that for a tactical situation, we're going to go with one of those two. But yeah, this is something we'll look at more on the channel, and eventually maybe I'll pick up a few more to try out. And then maybe when I get to my new wildfire job, if you haven't heard that update, go check out the whatever big change coming in 2023 or whatever the hell I titled that video. You see my big old stupid beard on that friggin' thumbnail, so you'll know it's that video. But check that out if you want to know what's going on with my personal life a little bit more. But I will be around a few more of these type of tools and a few less of these type of tools in the next little bit. So we'll see how that goes. Also, if you are unaware and you have not seen the video yet, there's a giveaway for the SE Azula 2 going on right now at the time of this video, end of February 2023. March 4th will be the release date of the video that will tell you who won that knife contest. That GA video, the one that came out yesterday, is called the entry video for SE Azula 2 knife GA. Pretty obvious, you'll be able to find it very easily. The instructions for how to enter that knife giveaway are in that video, so watch that, figure out exactly how to do it. It's pretty easy, but you're gonna have to watch to find out. And then best of luck to all of you. Thanks to everyone who's already jumped in and got their comments and votes on that. I'll make sure after the contest is done, I'll go and respond and yeah. Appreciate all the very generous comments you guys have been dropping on there, and the lots of love coming in for the Hog channel. So I appreciate that. That was meant to be more of a feedback thing and less of an ego boost for me. But God, yeah, you guys have been way too nice in there. If you're curious about the Hogue TX-E0, whatever that one is, again, I'm putting the thumbnail up there because there's too many numbers and letters. But if you want to see the video when I first got this thing out of the box, you can check that one out. And then eventually you'll see an unboxing for this, and then eventually you'll see a review for this, because I can certainly give you a long-term hard use review on this piece of fine piece of gear right here. Yeah, so keep an eye out for those. Again, get that entry in. Don't be afraid to share it to your friends too, because the more entries and the more popularity that this GA gets, the bigger the channel gets. Maybe it might affect your chances in this GA a little bit, but it will drastically increase the amount of giveaways that I'll be able to do in the future as the channel grows. So yeah, thanks for that. Give this video a like if you haven't already. Very much appreciate that. Subscribe and turn the bell on and all that jazz. If you want to see videos as they come out, pop into your notifications. But if not, see you whenever I see you. Hard on Gear channel signing off.